Primary 4. Today we will complete revision on Unit 1, Lesson 3, 4 and 5. The first one here we have 7/10 and we want to change 7/10 into decimal. As we said before, to change any fraction into decimal, make sure that its denominator 10, 100 or 1000. Here we have 7/10. So we will write 7 and put decimal point after one digit because we have 1 0. So we will count one digit from the right side and put decimal point. Here we don't have any whole numbers, so we have to put 0. Next one, 3/5/100. And we want to change 3/5/100 into decimal. First we will write 5, which is in numerator. We have 100, so we have to count 2 digits from the right side and put decimal point. 1, 2, because we don't have 2 digits, we have only 1 digit, so we have to add 1 0. So now we have 2 digits, 1, 2. Then we will put decimal point and write 3. Next one, 9/5. We want to change 9/5 into decimal. Now we can't change 9/5 into decimal because the denominator doesn't contain 10, 100 or 1000. So first we have to change the denominator into 10 or 100 or 1000, then change it into decimal. We know that if we have 5 in denominator, so we have to multiply 2 down and up. So the new mixed number will be 9, 2 by 2 equal 4, 5 by 2 equal 10. So now we can change this mixed into decimal. We will write 4, we have 10, 1 0, so we will count 1 digit and put decimal point, then write 9. Next one, 9.45, we want to change this decimal number into improper fraction. To change this decimal into improper fraction, first we will write all the number in numerator. So here we will write 945 in numerator. Then we have decimal point after 2 digits. Then we will write 2 zeros and 1. So 945/100 is the improper fraction. Next one. And now we need to change this decimal into mixed number. To change this decimal into mixed number, first we will write the number which is before decimal, which is 9, as a whole number. And then write fraction. We will write 45. We have decimal point after 2 digits, then write 100. So the mixed number is 945/100. 5 and 7/10. We want to write 5 and 7/10 in digits. All of you know that and means decimal point. So we will write 5 and means 5.7/10. So we will write 7 in 10. Next one, 3 hundredths. First we will write 0 point and we have hundredths, so we will order to place. 3 hundredths, so we will write 3 in hundredths. Here we don't have any digits, so we will write 0. So 3 hundredths means 0.03. Next one, 7 and 5 thousandths. And means decimal. So 7 and means 7 decimal point. 5 thousandths. Thousandths, so we will order 3 places. We will write 5 in thousands. So we will write 5 in thousands. We don't have any numbers here, so we will write 0 in tenths and 0 in hundredths. Next one, the place value of the digit 7 in number 8.357. Place value means we want to write the place value of digit 7. So first we will underline 7 and write the place value for each digit until we reach to number to digit 7. So here we start from decimal point. 8 unit, 3 tenth, 500 and 7 thousandths. So the place value of the digit 7 is thousands. Next one, the value of the digit 7 in this number. Here we want to write its value. So first we will underline 7 and write the place value for each digit. Start from decimal point, 0 in unit, 3 in tenth, 7 in hundred, so the value of the digit 7 can be written by two ways. The first way is 7 over 100 or 0.07. Next one, 0.4 plus what equal 1. As we said before, if we have 1, so we have to cross 1 and write fraction. And we can choose this fraction according to the denominator of the other fraction. So first we will change 0.4 into fraction. So means 4 over 10. So we can cross 1 and write 10 over 10. As we said before, this question is missing fraction. Missing number plus change into minus. So we will write 10 in the denominator. 10 minus 4 equals 6. So 6 over 10 means 0.6. Next one, 79.254 equal. Here we want to write each number, each digit alone, according to its value. So here we will write, first we will write the place value for each digit. 9 in unit, 7 in tenth, 2 in tenth, 5 in hundredth, 4 in thousands. So now we will write each digit alone according to its value. So first we start with digit 7. 7 in tenths, so we will write 7 and 0. 9 in unit, so we will write 9 without any zeros. 2 in tenth, so we will write 0.2. 5 in hundredth, so we will write 0.05. 4 in thousandth, so we will write 0.004. Next one, 215.78 equal. Which digit in hundredth, which digit in 10, which digit in unit, which digit in tenth, and which digit in hundredth. First, we will write the place value for each digit. We start from decimal point, 5 units, 1 10, 200. Next, 7 tenths and 800th. So which digit in hundred? For sure, 2 in hundred. Which digit in 10? 1 in 10. Which digit in unit? 5 in unit. Which digit in tenth? 7 in tenth. Which digit in hundredth? 8 in hundred. Next page, lesson 5. Here we want to compare between two decimals. As we said before, to compare between two decimals, step number 1, circle the whole number which is before decimal. So here we will circle 5. And here circle 4. So which number is the greater, 5 or 4? For sure, 5 greater than 4. Next one. Step number 1, circle the whole number. So we'll circle 3, 3. Here we have the same whole number. In this case, go to decimal point and count how many decimal points. Here we have 2 decimal points. And here we have 1 decimal point. So we have to be equal. So we have to add 0 here to be the same number of decimal points. So now we can compare which number is greatest, 14 or 20. For sure, 20 greater than 14. Next one, 4.2 and 4.20. First, we will circle the whole number. Here's the whole numbers are the same. So go to decimal point and count how many decimal points. Here we have 1 decimal point. And here we have 2 decimal points. So we have to add 0 here to be the same number of decimal points. So 4.20 and 4.20. So they are equal. Next one, 96.43 and 9.648 over 1000. First we have to change this mixed into decimal. First we will write 648 and decimal point will be after 3 digits because we have 3 zeros. So count 3 digits, 1, 2, 3, put decimal point and write the whole number. So now we will compare between 96.43 and the 9.648. First, circle the whole number, which is 96. As we said before, whole number, the number which is before decimal. Here the whole number is 9. So 96 and 9, for sure 96 greater than 9. Next one, 1.5, 1.05. First we have to change this mixed into decimal. So as we know, to change any fraction into decimal, you have to change the denominator into 10, 100 or 1000. So here we have to multiply 5 for the denominator and multiply 5 for numerator. So the new fraction will be, we will write 1 by 5 equal 5, 2 by 5 equal 10. So now we can change this fraction into decimal. We will write 5, decimal point after 1 digit, then write 1. To compare between these 2 decimals, first circle the whole number. Here we have 1 and 1. The same whole number. Then go to decimal point. How many decimal point? 1. How many decimal point? 2. So we have to add 0 to be the same number of decimal points. Here we have 50 and 0.5. So for sure 50 greater than 0.5. Next part, complete each of the following the numbers that are included between 0.64 and 0.65. To know the numbers which is included between 2 decimals, first we have to add zeros to 64 and add 0 to 65. So here the first number will be 0.640 and the second number will be 0.650. So we have a lot of numbers between 0.640 and 0.650. The first 0.641, 0.642, 0.643, 0.645, and we can complete until we get 0.649. Next one. Here we want to find the numbers which are between 17 and 18. First, here we have to add decimal point. So here we have to put decimal point 0 and decimal point 0. So here we have the first number is 17.0 and the second number 18.0. So what's the numbers that are included between 17.0 and 18.0? You can say 17.1. 17.2. You can choose any number between 17.0 and 18.0. You can choose 17.5. Next one. Arrange the following numbers ascending. As we said before, ascending means from the smallest to the greatest. Here we have decimal numbers. First, 5.8, 5.08, 58. Here we don't have decimal, so we have to add 0.0. 8.5, 8.05. In this case, step number 1, circle the whole number which is before decimal. Here we have 5, 58, 8, 8. Step number 2, go to decimal part. Here we have 1 decimal part. Here we have 2 decimal parts. Here we have 1. Here we have 1. Here we have 2. So we have to add 0 to be equal. Add 0 here. You can add 0 here. You can add 0 beside 5. Now we are ready to arrange this decimal. We want to arrange from the smallest to the greatest. So the smallest one, here we have 5, 58, 8, 8. So the smallest is 5. 5.80 or 5.08 for sure. 5.08. Cross 5.08. Next one, we have 5. First, we look at whole number. 5, 58, 8, 8. So the smallest, 5. 5.80. Cross 5.80. The rest, 58, 8, 8. It is the smallest. But we have 8.50 and 8.05. For sure, 8.05. Cross 8.05. The rest, 58 or 8. For sure, 8 is smaller than 58. 8.50. And the last one, which is the greatest one, is 58.00. That's it. Now we have finished revision on lesson 3, 4, and 5. Thank you.